Yeah. All right. Welcome everybody to this powerful, special, global healing miracle experience in which we have actually 3 musical numbers for you today to just help bring you into the vibration of love. You know, many times I've said that these ancient secrets of a master healer, even this book, is a love story, but it's not your typical love story. In this particular case, it was love from my father that pushed me beyond what I thought was logical or possible into a world in which there's so many awesome miracles happening. In fact, today is really a day of celebration. Now, what I actually think the reason why this is a love story is because it really should help you. I've heard so many people talk about how it helps you fall more in love with yourself, more in love with yourself. And today's call, ancient secrets, ancient secrets for falling more and more in love with the divine you. I'm so excited. Yeah. And yesterday we had such a powerful call on letting go for those that are in the 1-year immersion or the 3-year path practitioner program. And man, once you're able to let go of some baggage, some things we're holding, opens up a whole new space to love yourself. And the second part of the whole process, these ancient secrets for letting go, Dr. Ram shared, is to celebrate. And so today we have a real beautiful celebration for you. We want to hear many stories. And I'm going to go, first of all, to Carol. And Carol has a question for you that we can start to engage with. I want you to post in the chat, and she'll call on some people to answer as well.
Welcome, welcome. So glad you're here today. So the question for you today is, what's one thing this week or the last 24 hours that you've demonstrated self-love with? What one thing did you do for yourself that shows that you do love yourself and you care for yourself? Did you clean your own toilet this week? Did you take yourself to dinner, fix yourself a nice meal, a beautiful bowl of mung beans? If you would put in the chat, how did you show love to you over the past week? We'd love to see what those are. And if there's anyone who is here for the first time, if you would raise your hand or type in the chat where you're from and maybe how you came to be here this morning, we'd love to know that you're here so we can greet you, especially if you're brand new today. So welcome, welcome. And if you don't know how to use the chat, down at the bottom, if you scroll, or on the side on some computers, just click on that chat and type away. So we're so glad that you're here today. So, eye baths with ghee. That's a very nice way to love yourself, and a luxurious shower. I love the hot soaking baths with essential oils. Those are beautiful ways. Silence, stillness, solitude, all very good ways of loving ourselves. Dr. Steve, we were on the slopes. Dr. Steve, would you like to say a few words about how grateful you are for snow and how skiing helps you love yourself?
You know, most people love to slide when they're kids, and it doesn't change when you get older. But a lot of people can't do it anymore. You know, they get arthritis, they get, different kinds of problems, and they stop playing. So my goal in life is to keep playing until I have to play in a different way. Never stop playing.
Excellent, excellent. Never stop playing, never stop skiing. Joseph Inman, long walks in nature. Can you tell us about your walks and your mindset for that and how that helps you express love for yourself?
Well, I can, certainly.
Oops.
And I love your colorful outfit. That is awesome. Yeah, very much celebrating. Oh, look, you're still muted. Let's see if we can unmute you here. Some fun echo.
Yeah.
All right, we'll come back to you, Joseph.
Okay.
But
sorry, we
there we go.
Trying to double dip here so that we can be available for later in separate breakouts. But anyway, yes, you threw the gauntlet yesterday to be colorful, so I went and found some color. And nature is my healing source, and we had an absolutely blessed, gorgeous day here yesterday in the Seattle area, and the blue sky, and we have some nature reserves near us, and we took our dog for a walk, and we both got some exercise, and it's just a good thing for my soul, but physically it's a good thing, and get a little heart rate up, get a little sweat going, and enjoy some beauty. And we had wonderful conversations, and it was just a beautiful, wonderful day, and that is about as good as I can do for myself. So
That's
enjoyed it. Thank you.
so perfect.
So beautiful. I'm just reading, Carol, some of the comments in the chat. So powerful, so beautiful. Looks like Claudia went to Egypt and loved herself by seeing the pyramids. That's amazing. I love it. Andrea from Hannity's said made a avocado oil hair mask, made mung soup, and practiced forgive and let go. Marma. Sir Francis, I did all those things you mentioned, Carol, and much, much more. I love myself so much that even when I don't like the way I'm showing up, I still love myself. Yesterday was a feast of love and grace. I love myself by showing up with music, dancing, sea, trees, flowers, and people I love. Oh, beautiful. Sarah, I love myself this week by lighting candles in the evening after many days of caretaking a dear friend. Maria Sin, I came back to the daily routine after being sick, and I managed my agenda with care, so there's enough space for myself. Nadia, doing the marma to let go. Oh man, so beautiful. I love it. Elena, I received so much love from a friend coming over and met a very special friend I did not even know existed a few days ago. Cornelia, I made some amazing quinoa mung bean crepes for breakfast this morning. Oh man, we need to go to your house, Cornelia. Cornelia, right before the call, we always do silence, and then we share our intentions. Could you share your intention? I just think it's so perfect and so beautiful for today.
Well, the intention for today was really to look after myself. And as I just wrote, I started this morning with cooking something for myself that was different from what we have on our 28 detox. And I really want to keep that up for the whole day today to I'm so good at giving somebody else love, but not necessarily to myself. And after we did what we did yesterday on the other call, and I just felt that it's time for me to look after myself, and that is my intention really. And food is one of the things for me to look after myself as well. So I went into the kitchen and looked up a nice recipe that I could eat, and was a little bit also inspired by what I could eat, and created these beautiful quinoa crepes. They were so amazing.
I love it. Well, I know that I need to lead by example in terms of taking time to love myself. I need to lead by example in that way. Sometimes in this community, first of all, you guys are amazing. I got really emotional before this call because I'm just recognizing and acknowledging the ways in which you love each other. In fact, on the call yesterday, I know I saw Elio was on the call, and he talked about how it was because of joining these calls, all of a sudden something went inside his mind and heart, and he realized, oh, in my heart, I've been holding something. It's time to let go of. You know, it was because of being in this call and in this space, and then having the space in which to share that, and then having the support and the love poured out towards him, and for him to have the courage to say, I need help right now, you know, and in the space, in that cocoon of healing, sometimes it's messy for all of us, but this community showed up with so much love, so much love. And big thank you to Dr. Stephen, big, you know, honor to honoring of Elio for showing up in this way, because then, you know, I think most of you saw on yesterday's call when Ralph and I went to surprise Elio and give him the first ever Romanian book. And then he surprised us. He surprised us by sharing that this thing that had been on his heart, not only that had gone, but that the arrhythmia that had been there for more than 20 years, and he'd spent tens of thousands of dollars trying to solve this problem that now it had gone. And it was such an honor. He had just made mung crepes, Cornelia, my mom's recipe. He didn't know we were coming, but he had mung soup soaking. He gave me, it was so fun to give him the first ever Romanian book. And big thank you to Vanda and to Radu for so much labor of love and all the translators putting it in. I got to meet his cat, Buddy, who also snuggled up to the book when we put it in front of him for this picture. And then he was making ghee. He had made some ghee that he gave me as a gift of love using Dr. Marianji's recipe. And I just saw that he had mung soaking. And in those ways, I was like, man, he's really stepped up to loving himself and given us all a powerful example, a model. And if Elio, if you're a microcosm of the macrocosm, wow, watch out world, because whatever problem seems impossible. In fact, I even got a message from Maria. Let's see if she's on the call. Maria, she is fantastic. Maria, I don't know if you could just speak to what you witnessed and what you saw in this. I know I'm putting you on the spot a little bit, but she sent me such a beautiful message about this is truly remarkable. I don't know if you can just speak to it as a, as a doctor, you saw this unfold and just you're curious your response.
Yes, my mother had the same condition with her heart. It came suddenly. She was about 92 years old, and we took her to the hospital, but they didn't try to cure her because she was 92. I didn't understand that they didn't really try to give her even the medication. And then after that, her conditions get worse month by month. She got heart failure, and then she got some infection, and she almost died in May, and then she recovered, but she was very weak, and her heart. If I had known that I could do something, well, I'm a medical doctor, so I can do only with medication, but if there is something else, I might have helped her, like Elio got help, and well, she was old, and so I understand it was her time to go. But anyway, it's a very common condition if it's this atrial fibrillation. I think it's the arrhythmia that many people have, and of course sometimes you can change the rhythm to normal, but it doesn't happen every time. So
yeah,
then you have to take all kind of medication. So. But it was it was a miracle. I can't explain it. How did you do it? I don't know. What is this meditation?
Yeah, Elio,
instead of medication.
Yeah, meditation instead of medication.
Yeah.
Amazing. Elio, you're a walking miracle and inspiring us.
I believe, that the start of it was my realization that I was angry all the time. And before that, I realized that the universe is sending me a lesson, and it doesn't matter what I'm going to do. I'm not going to get myself healed unless I take responsibility and find out the cause of it was a teaching lesson, basically.
Yeah.
And because I've done everything imaginable.
Yeah.
And I did not back down on spending money. I spend money like crazy, and it didn't matter, it just held there and held there. And then when I made that realization, and it was somebody in one of the calls that triggered my mind, I'm like,
Do you remember who it was, Elio?
Hmm?
Do you remember who shared that?
No, it happened. It happened like it was insignificant, almost insignificant to me. It just hit me, lit up my boat. And then, it that happened. And then the next step, the moment the other things start happening. And what happens is I had an episode that lasted like a day and a half, and I absolutely refused to go to the hospital because they usually put a tag on your toe, because you had COVID, and they get $100,000. It's a benefit, and I did not want to be part of the system.
Elio, can I share I want to share one of my favorite things from when you shared yesterday. One of my favorite things was this. It was you're saying, you know, who's happy. You were saying you're happy, but one of the people who's the most happy is, let's see if I can show her, this beautiful woman.
She has a very good reason to be so happy because I had no fuse. Forget about short fuse. I keep blowing my top, and I always wonder, how does she put up with me with that? It was not like when I say always, I was being nice, but when I lose it, I just lose it.
Yeah.
And then, and no more of that. I just wanted to say this, that since this happened, I did lose my temperament a few times, but when I had a perfect chance, I was with the tech support. I said, "Sir, I have a heart condition, and I think from this point on, we cannot continue the conversation, and it's not going to be solved today. So why don't we just hang up, and have a good day?" I'm like, "Oh, man."
Well, one thing that I love is on last week's call, we came up with a new way. You know, first of all, Elio and I were doing this, and then I think it was Rosalind. I watched the whole recording. It was so beautiful. She talked about going like this. What we're doing now is we'll go like this, because today's call is about loving yourself, and through that overflow of love and possibility, we love others. And so can we do this together, Elio?
Yes,
And
let's do it.
also, Maria, I want to put you on the screen too, because how many times we think, if I would have known the ancient secrets. Well, now we're learning these powerful ancient secrets, and it's the perfect time to love ourselves and love others. So as you go like this, and you put one hand on your heart and one hand out here, when you say, I love you and I'm with you, you're saying it simultaneously to yourself and to everyone else. I love you and I'm with you.
Love you, and I'm with you.
Love you, and I'm with you.
I love you and I'm with you.
So beautiful. Thank you, Leonore, for joining this call as well. And thank you, everyone. Thank you, Elio, for being a microcosm of the macrocosm. And thank you, Dr. Stephen, for showing up when someone had an emergency and needed help, and you were guided by love. Dr. Stephen, I believe that. You know, the opening quote in the book, I didn't come to teach you, I came to love you, and love will teach you. On this call today, I want you to keep a notepad with you. Everything that love teaches you, and especially if love teaches you some way in which you can love yourself more. And we're going to share some very powerful things, and we're going to start right now from dropping from our heads to our hearts. We're going to have a series of powerful musical numbers and special guests that are going to share some things that will, I believe, can change your life forever. And we're going to go into a breakout room. My goal today is to keep the call to, let's say, an hour and 15 minutes. That's my goal today. So that way we can implement loving ourselves, going out in nature, exercising, whatever it is that you want to do. So to start off from dropping from our head to our hearts, we have with us Renara, the beautiful, amazing Renara, who has helped in so many ways, living in Paris, but has helped translate the book into Russian. It is in the final stages. I'm so excited to be able to hold the book in Russian and to be able to say, "Вы говорите по-русски."
Really praying and cross fingers, because I'm wondering what is it Atiti Deva Baba in this technology, speaking to us, what he wants to say us. Yeah.
Mm. Well, first of all, Renara, I want to invite you to speak from your heart. You are so much guided by love. And what's something that you've learned about, learning to better love yourself, fall more in love with the divine you, because you're such a channel of that love when you're playing these music, these unscripted, unprepared pieces, you're such a channel of love. And how do you apply that to yourself?
Clint, when I thought about that, and I really didn't know from what I have to start, because it was like an Everest, the years before, it was really the Everest. And maybe the first time I put my attention to love to myself in this very, very well-known phrase from commandment, love your neighbor like you love yourself. And And I asked me what it means actually, because at this time I didn't know what is it and what it was preaching in the church, and in society it was completely something different, opposite. So it was my first question about love to myself. And when God talked to me different ways, to understand and to see some things in me, and especially in me. But I didn't understand that. And with a huge love to me, with the unconditional, absolute love, I was in one situation when I lost the connection and communication with somebody who is everything for me. It is my son. When he decided to live with his father. So I said myself, and we didn't have really connection because I played every evening in the Greek restaurant in Paris, every evening. So so I had to find this connection before he left. And the first thing just came to my mind, somebody talked to me about the nonviolent communication. So that's how I found myself in nonviolent communication with Marshall Rosenberg, and I learned first time in my life what it means, the word empathy. I didn't know what is it, empathy. And was the first conscious step to myself. And I cried the tones and the tones and the tones and the tones of the tears. And I think what's happened that this space, when you go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper in yourself, and you see behind all of your decisions, behind of all of your actions, and you see the needs, and behind that there is only love, you clean the space for something completely new and completely unknown, and something you never touched yet, and you don't know what is it actually. And that's when the music started to come completely another way, because I made music from the 3 years old, but I stopped so many times, and to compose, really compose, I started actually from this period when something, when I go deeper, deeper, deeper with honesty, with courage, while in violence, in this violence in me, in my violence of myself to myself. And so yesterday when we made this exercise, I was absolutely amazed that it is the years I work with that, with my guilty to my son. And yesterday when we made the exercise, he came again. And it's not make me hopeless. No, it's just I'm going more deeper again. The essentials I'm going, and I don't avoid that. And I think that is the biggest expression of love to myself and to God, to me, the absolute love of God to me. To go with total trust, even if it's very painful, and even if it's sometimes it's not at all comfortable to see myself. So thank you for this exercise of yesterday, and it is absolutely beautiful. I never had this problem, you know, to go to a hairdresser or to make the spa or something else to myself. I don't have this problem, you know, and to eat organic, very healthy food. But what is inside me and how it is talked to me, and which determination I have to go there, and that is completely, you know, another kind of energy. And I'm so thankful and grateful absolutely for each person, especially for our community today, because when I was contacted by email two years before, and I came in this call, I knew that I will learn much more about love and about love to myself. That was my I mean, the it was the biggest inspiration, because I put this T-shirt.
I love it.
This T-shirt, I met Dr. Naram and Dr. Giovanni. I think this T-shirt inspired you to take the photo.
Yeah.
So what I propose now, if somebody already feel this love to himself, just to connect with that. If someone don't feel that yet, ask grace and the divinity to show you that, to show the way, to show how this feel. If you want to touch that, to taste that, ask that, ask. It is very important to ask. And I'm sure that the music will come for each soul and with each cell. Just take one moment of silence, 1 minute, just connect to yourself, please.
Oh man. Oh, so beautiful, Renara.
Merci.
Mm. Yeah, as I was scrolling through and looking at everyone's faces as you were playing Renara, I was just realizing how easy it is for me to love these beautiful people that are here. It's so easy. It's like easiest thing for me to do. And then your invitation to connect with the our love for ourselves, or that part of us, I realized, man, I'm not as good at loving myself. I'm just not. I don't know why. And yesterday, as we were going through this process of letting go, I didn't know I had inside of me the belief that I'm not enough. I didn't know that was there. It was like just so operating below the surface. And as I was letting that go during the process yesterday and remembering the times when I was a kid and rejected, and, as I was thinking about even, what a daunting thing it is for us to walk in the footsteps of these masters. It's like like we're doing something we've never seen done before as well. We've been given a mission in which we're moving forward in the world in a model that we haven't seen done, and just letting love guide us. And it was both refreshing to let go of that belief of I'm not enough, I'm not good enough. And also I was realizing that was kind of a protection for me. It was an excuse that if I fail, it's okay, because I already know I'm not enough. And then it reminded me in this moment of Dr. Naram saying so powerfully, there is no such thing as failure. There's only feedback. Also in this space, I was remembering Nick, with so much love, just how we are all a combination of so many things inside of us at one time, and sometimes it's messy, especially in the healing process, but how to love ourselves, all of us, in all of the processes that we go through, and in all of the divine you. There's one quote my brother had on his wall that just really impacted me. He says, "Your worth is independent of what anyone thinks of you." But then I realized, also that applies to myself. My worth is independent of what I think of myself. Because really, one of the most powerful ancient secrets, even when we're at the funeral, and afterwards there was a luncheon, and someone asked my mom a question about, how do these ancient secrets apply to divine, apply to faith, apply to God, and that person specifically was a Christian, was saying, how does this apply to Christian teaching and Christian philosophy? And my mom was there, so I was like, I'll let my mom share this one. And she's like, this is exactly what Christ taught. He taught, see the divine in you. He taught, live with gratitude and discover what you want and live this life fully. And one thing I love is how these ancient secrets on the call yesterday, Dr. He made it so clear that it's beyond religion. You could be Muslim, you could be Catholic, you could be, in fact, yesterday I was with this beautiful Catholic nun. Oh man, she is amazing. She is such a mystic, and I could just go into like some amazing stuff, but you could be Buddhist, you could even be atheist in a way, but you just have to be willing to lean into the divine inside of you. And in that way, these ancient secrets can help connect you with the one truth that exists, which is love. Even Denny, so powerfully, the book that is about to come out, love is the only truth. So thank you, Renara, and thank you everyone for showing up so beautifully in this space. I'm so excited that now we have a special guest. Her is Rabbi Eva Robbins. Rabbi Eva Robbins was just her birthday yesterday, when she celebrated 75 years of being young. 75 years of being young. And for those who have read chapter, I'm pretty sure it's chapter 7, where her husband, Rabbi Stephen Robbins, who's come on and poured so much love into this community, so many years of just being devoted to service and being devoted to love. I think, Eva, can you unmute yourself? There we go. And thank you for being willing to be here and share with us from your heart. When I asked you to be on the call, what did you say over the last 75 years? One of the main journeys for you has been learning to love yourself. Oh, I don't know why, but it got muted again. Let's try it again one more time. Sorry about that.
If I hit unmute, is that good?
There we go. We can hear you now. Beautiful.
It was so synchronistic that, you should contact me yesterday, because this has been such an ongoing issue. Because early in my upbringing, I'm a child of Holocaust survivors. And in the Jewish tradition as well, in those days, the 40s, the 50s, there was such a suppression of the female voice. And for my family, it was about take a low profile. And what it did was it created this lack of confidence and fear and not taking as much pride. And I wanted to share a couple of things, if I could, Clint, because this is so important. I hit what I felt like was a crisis for me as I was approaching this birthday about 6 months ago. I had blood work done, and I had very high cholesterol numbers. And that was the result of really all the comfort food that I was eating during COVID. And I didn't take good care of myself. I wasn't valuing myself. I was very overwhelmed with my husband's crises and what was going on in the country politically and COVID. And so I hit this crisis, and my doctor called the pharmacy to order medication, and they called me and they said, we have your meds. And I said, I don't want them. And she said, what? I said, I don't want them. I said, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to take care of me. I'm going to do this naturally. I'm not going to rely on medication. I want to put an effort out and love myself as I approached what felt like this huge birthday. 75 is kind of a big number, 3/4 of a century. And, so I want to share some things with you, because my tradition teaches some very important things. And this is a blessing that we do every morning, particularly, believe it or not, when we come out of the bathroom, we say, praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who formed the human body with skill, creating the body's many pathways and openings. It is well known before your throne of glory that if one of them was wrongly opened or closed, it would be impossible to endure and stand before you. Blessed are you, Adonai, who heals all the flesh and works wondrously. The body is this incredible gift, and it is really upon us to treasure it and take good care of it. And I realized at that moment that 75 was not the end, it was another beginning. And I did. I created my own protocol, in terms of exercise and healing foods, mung bean soup, because beans are essential, right, for really good cholesterol. And so, between the food and the exercise and the meditation, and I was reminded of what Rabbi Hillel taught, at the turn of the century. If I am not for myself, who will be? And when I am for myself, what am I? And if not now, when? If not now, when? It is a gift to be given this physical being. And in Judaism, both the body and the soul are intertwined. If you don't have a strong, healthy body, it's much harder to let your soul soar, right? And the opposite is true. If you don't nourish your soul, then you can't get the strength, right, to have a healthy body. And so it's a really important lesson for me as I came to this birthday to treasure what has been a gift, to take care of it and to honor it. And I did that. And, I brought my numbers down by 40 points by just making an effort and loving myself and realizing I was worth it and not handing myself over, to the white coats to determine what my future is. Dr. Naram had these special secrets, and they were so intertwined between body and spirit. And that's what it is for us. It is this integration of loving this gift and embracing where the soul can go. And I wanted to share with you this image of the divine feminine. God's name in Hebrew, the most important ineffable name is the Yud He Vav He. And there is this beautiful image. And I realized there's also a divine feminine. So I created this image, which has the word Shekhinah embedded within each one of us, because each one of us is the divine feminine. And we carry that, and we need to honor that. And in order to really be that divinity in the world, we have to be our best selves. And so I've just come to this incredible place, turning 75, of the gratitude and the awareness of what it means to do self-care and self-love, and to be, as much energy flow out into the world that reflects goodness and integrity and self-care. Self-care. Loving yourself is really honoring the gift that God gave us. And so I thought about the song. You said, would you sing a song? And I had this melody that's been floating around in my head that somebody else wrote, but I put some words to it that were much more fitting for this morning. And I wanted to share it. But I don't know if anybody wants to say anything or ask anything before.
Well, you are getting so much love. Sarah says,
I haven't seen that.
it says, such a blessing to hear you speak from your heart today, Rabbi. My deep gratitudes and love extend to you. It's so wonderful to hear your gorgeous feminine perspective on these subjects and through the lens of Judaism, my lineage as well. All love and blessings to you. Beautiful. Kirti says each of us gets 23 chromosomes from our dad and 23 from our mom. So we all have divine feminine and divine masculine inside of each of us. Beautiful. Carol says such a beautiful message. Happy birthday, Rabbi Evi. And Anne says, I think 3 people have said, no way she's 75. Oh, beautiful.
I was born in 1947 in Sweden after the Holocaust. My parents had survived. Thank God I wouldn't be here. And what I did for my birthday, it's so interesting because COVID prevented a gathering. So I thought to myself, how can I honor my birthday? So I literally spent all of a month gathering photos, and I put together what is my story, my life story, which is both ups and downs, hills and valleys, challenges and blessings. And I put it together in my own docu-memoir that I'll be sharing, with friends, family, colleagues, and anybody who really wants to see what it means to overcome and be your best self, because that's what I do. I just try to be my best self, and it's never too late. That's the other message that Judaism has taught. One of the most beautiful Psalms is 92. We call it the Shabbat Psalm, but there's a statement in there, and I think I've shared this before because it's so important to me, that in old age, we will bear fruit. I mean, what an incredible gift of self-love, to know that it doesn't matter where you are in your journey. It is not too late to change, to grow, to expand. I mean, that's the messages that my tradition has taught me. And I really hold them, very closely. So I was thrilled of all times, Clint, for you to say, would you come and share? Because honestly, I live with this extraordinary human being and rabbi of 50 years. I'm much newer at this. And I have often felt a little bit in the shadows. And, these last years, as he's had to cope with his medical issues, it's given me an opportunity, right, to kind of step forward and understand that I too can teach, I too can help to motivate other people. And so I just feel very gifted to be alive and healthy, and just feeling the love that has taken many years to just envelop and to hold.
Well, just as a reflection back to you, I just want, if you feel like Rabbi Eva has helped you in some way, touched your heart or inspired you in some way, you could just put your hand in the air. And I don't know if you can see the gallery view, Eva, but we're so glad you're stepping up in this way. Thank you so much. We're all raising our hands with love.
What an incredible icing on the cake after, sharing with my family last night, and then continuing to celebrate and acknowledge 75 full years. And all of us have our life stories to tell. And it's what I've devoted these past weeks to, is creating a way to tell my story and share it.
Beautiful. Right before you sing this song, I just want to share, for those who haven't seen this, Dove actually created a commercial where they took a FBI trained forensic artist. So he did sketches, and he would have someone sit and describe themselves, and he would draw that portrait of who they described themselves as. And then he had someone in the waiting room who got to know them describe them, and he would also draw that portrait of the person who described them. And as a result, you can see what happens. I'll just play this little section.
So this is your self-described image. And then somebody else described you in life of this sketch.
I have this whole thing about having dark circles and crow's feet around my eyes, and that was not part of the sketch at all that the stranger did. The stranger's was a little more like gentle. It's pretty different. Just very strange. She looks closed off and fatter. She just looks kind of shut down. Sadder, too. The second one is more beautiful.
You think they're catching more of that from you?
Yeah. She looks more open and friendly and happy. I've come a long way in how I see myself, but I think I still have some way to go. I have some work to do on myself.
Do you think you're more beautiful than you say?
Yeah. Yeah. Chloe's perception was so clearly different. Her picture looked like somebody I thought I would want to talk to and be friends with, like a happy, light, much younger, much brighter person. It's troubling. I should be more grateful of my natural beauty. It impacts the choices and the friends that we make, the jobs we apply for, how we treat our children. It impacts everything. It couldn't be more critical to your happiness. Our self-perceptions are generally kind of harsh and unbecoming when really that's not how the world sees us. We spend a lot of time as women analyzing and trying to fix the things that aren't quite right, and we should spend more time appreciating the things that we do like.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing? And one reason why I think, Dr. Ram emphasized so much the principles of gratitude, of focusing on what do you want, and of living these ancient secrets, is because it connects you with the divine inside of you. And we're all, who feels like your harshest critic is yourself? Anyone feel that way? Yeah, we're getting a lot of raised hands. And when you actually see the image of how people describe themselves versus how someone else describes them, is pretty impactful. One quote that Dr. Ram said his master taught him was that whether someone gives you a compliment or an insult, if you rely too much on that, either way, you're anxious and dependent. Either way, if you pay too much attention to the compliment or the insult, either way, you're anxious and dependent, because you're relying on something outside of you to reflect the inside of you. So hopefully in this space, as Rabbi Eva sings this song, and we have one other musical number, and like Renara so beautifully did, you can channel more of that connection with the divine you and the divine feminine, the divine masculine, in which, independent of what anyone else says, your worth is there. And your self-expression, you can let love guide you. So Eva?
I will give myself love. Yada-da, yada-da. You will give yourself love. Yada-da, yada-da, yada-da. And strength and health comes from love. Yada-da, yada-da, yada-da. And God will fill our hearts with love. La la la, la la la, la la la. I will give myself love. Yada da, yada da, yada da. You will give yourself love. La la la, la la la, la la la. And strength and health comes from love. Yada da, yada da, yada da. And God will fill our hearts with love. Yada da, yada da, yada da.
So beautiful. Let's put our hands together. Put your hand on your heart, and when you say I love you and I'm with you, you're saying it to yourself, to Eva, to Rabbi Stephen. I love you and I'm with you.
Love you.
Beautiful. 75 years young. Watch out, world. So powerful. Thank you for that gift. Beautiful. I want to just quick ask Sarah. Let's see, Sarah, are you in a rush to go, or can we do the breakout room and then have your song right afterwards? Sarah, you tell me what your time schedule's like.
I actually have a radio gig today.
Oh, fun.
This morning. So I would prefer to do it on the front end if
Beautiful.
possible.
Absolutely. Yeah. Sarah came and so beautifully sung on the European Miracle Call. And Mariam said, you need to make sure she also performs in this space. I think you're originally friends with Esther Francis.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I just want to hear, what has love taught you so far on today's call as you've been listening and as you've been present?
Oh, well, I feel just amongst kin here, and I feel that love is teaching us how to come home to ourselves. And so grateful to have been deeply invested in my own self-love journey for quite some time now, and especially for the last couple of years. I made it my intention, I think 3 years ago, like my New Year's intention was just to find out what it means to love myself. And so I've been deeply on the journey of discovering what that means for me. And it's so wonderful to hear what it means for others, and so grateful to be here. And Rabbi Eva, I'm just so humbled and grateful to be here alongside you, and feels so just right for me to be on this call. I have been also on a journey of reconnecting with my Jewish ancestry and roots, and went to Israel just before, did my birthright trip to Israel just before the pandemic hit. So it just feels like such perfection to be here and connecting with you through time and space, and seeing the ways that you're embodying self-love within the Jewish traditions. Incredibly beautiful and heart-opening.
So beautiful. And you also have a gift to share with us.
I do. I have a song to share.
Okay.
I didn't have a plan this morning, like what song am I going to share? And then this song, I don't share that often, but it just felt like it wanted to be here with you all. And then as I heard you really naming the celebratory energy of this call, it made total sense why Spirit dropped this song into me this morning. So yeah, I'm just going to share this beautiful song with you. It's called Walk Through the Fire. And it really is a song about loving ourselves and about being willing to walk through the challenging days and times of our lives, and know our gifts and come out and share them and ask for the help that we need in order to shine brightly and be a blessing.
You know, as you're about to share the song, I just feel prompted to share one little short second thing. You know, so I just came out of 5 days of meditation I told you about last Sunday, where I was learning how to see without my eyes. So it was this process that was preserved by the royal family of Indonesia. And actually we had these masks where they actually give them to people right before they become blind, so they get used to what it's like to become blind. So you can't see any light through or anything. And talking about walking through the fire, right now we are all in a space where we're moving forward towards something we haven't seen anyone do before. On the last day, we had this chance to walk through an obstacle course completely blindfolded. And the person who was guiding me just decided to take a video. And so this is what happened on this day. I'll just show you this. This is so beautiful.
Go. Nice. You are going, dude. Keep scanning. There you go. Nice job. Yes. Okay, we're gonna have to pause here. I want you to scan and see if you can point to the red pillar on the wall to your right. Bro. See if you can find it. And just point at it.
I couldn't see anything.
See it.
Total pitch black.
Yes! That is it! You did it! Okay. Scan and come towards me. It's all crazy. Scan, scan.
Ran into that guy.
Okay. Yeah, reset. There you go. Okay. Scan. That's it. Yes! You got it. Nice, nice. Holy shit, you just like walked through. Okay, pause. I want you to scan behind you, and there's 2 poles. I want you to find the one with a balloon on it. Yeah, there's one that has a balloon on it and one that doesn't. There's 2 poles. See if you can. Yes! Wow. Wow.
It's so cool. It's amazing because even when I watch it, I'm like, whoa, I didn't know like the context of where we're walking through things in life. And by connecting with the inner knowing, one way that they helped us to was connecting to that space of love. They say the love connects you with all that is, and to do it in a playful way and a celebratory way. And because Sarah, you're talking about celebration, this was one of the videos they showed us really how to embody that celebration. They showed us this 5-year-old kid named Colin who does something that I don't know if anyone else can do. With a cup, he stacks dice. And I just want you to pay attention to how he celebrates. So as Sarah is singing this song, and as we're celebrating today, you can feel the same way. Let's see if it can load here. All right, let's see if it loads here. Oh, there we go.
That is one of my greatest ones. I better not miss this.
So in the space of celebrating, yes, I did it. That's actually when I connected to that celebration is when I was able to be way more effective at seeing beyond my eyes, seeing with my heart and being connected to all that is. So as she's playing this song, I just invite everyone to connect to that space of celebration inside of you. Go ahead, Sarah.
So precious. Move through fear, walk through the fire. I shall overcome. Move through fear, walk through the fire. I shall overcome. Move through fear, walk through the fire. I shall overcome. Move through fear, walk through the fire. I shall overcome. I am here for a good reason, and I'll overcome. I am here for a good reason, and I will overcome. So I can shine just like a child, spread my light to everyone. So I can shine just like a child, spread my light to everyone. I am open, I am open, I am ready to thrive. I am open, I am open, I am ready to thrive. I just wanna be a blessing, be of service in this life. I just wanna be a blessing, be of service in this life. I am moving, I am shaking, I am shifting energy. I am moving, I am shaking, I am shifting energy. I'm the alchemist in my life, creating what I want to see. I'm the alchemist in my life, creating what I want to see. Spiral, spiral, circle, circle, through my own sacred geometry. Spiral, spiral, circle, circle, through my own sacred geometry. I am propelling me forward to my greater yet to be. I am propelling me forward to my greater yet to be. I am asking for assistance. I'm asking you. I am asking for assistance. I'm asking you to open the doors that are mine for me to walk through. To open the doors that are mine for me to walk through. Humble, humble, willing, willing. Throw my hands up and say I don't know. Humble,
So beautiful. So I just, everyone's celebrating right now. I can show you the gallery view. I don't know if you can see everyone, but thank you so much for sharing with us that very good medicine. Moving through the fire, being like a child, asking for help, knowing that we can overcome, knowing that we have a purpose, we have a mission, we're here for a reason. And so important for us to love ourselves. So thank you, Sarah. That was amazing.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, for those who have this time, we're going to go into a breakout room for about 10 minutes. And I want you to share with the people in your breakout room, what's one thing, one way in which you can better love yourself? One way in which you can better take care of this divine being who is you. And I really encourage you, if you can stay on, just to share this with you, with this breakout room. I think it would make a big difference, both hearing what other people share and hearing yourself share it so you can anchor it into this space and this time. We'll come back after 10 minutes and I'll just share one more final thing so we can all complete together for those that are able to stay. But you should see on your screen right now, you should see an invitation to go into a breakout room. Just click on it and go into the room and share with the people in the breakout one. What's one thing love taught you about how you can better love the divine that is you, the divine that is you? So you can go ahead and click on that. And yeah, so beautiful. Let's see here. For those that are still in this room or not able to go, I want to hear actually from Asin. I don't know if you can stay in this room, the beautiful person who's translated the book into Turkish. Yeah, that we're getting it all set. Can you unmute yourself? I just want to hear from you. What's one way in which you feel like you can better love yourself, love the divine that is you?
That is a very difficult question to answer. It's just so much emotional. And I should say in this sacred temple, it's our body. It's our sacred temple. So if we have infinite love inside, then it's just some sort of feeling that's more than anything to express with words. So I can only say that it is more to love that sacred temple, our body. So it is more to love ourselves. It's just infinite love inside us. And I have difficulty in expressing this, really.
Oh, beautiful. I want to invite you really think of one particular specific way that you can better love the divine you, to honor that temple. Is there one thing that comes to you? One specific thing that you can think?
Just love. Just love.
Just love. All right.
Nothing more than
I want to send you so much love, Asin, because you do so much. And if anyone who's on the call still in the main room can just rub your hands together, and we send you.
To you too.
So much love.
To you all.
I love you and I'm
love
with you.
All. Thank you.
Sarah, what's one way that you can better love yourself? I know you sang this powerful song. You're a channel of music and this magic, this medicine for us. But what's one way you feel like you can better even love yourself? Love the divine that is you.
Well, for me, carving out time to be with myself can be challenging. And I know that that's really the most fruitful place for me to cultivate my self-love and be witness to it. So yeah, finding ways to be with myself more alone without my child or my partner or my community, but just like saying no to being with other people sometimes is the best way that I can continue to cultivate self-love.
Oh, so beautiful, Sarah. Very similar to mine. I realize I keep my appointments with everyone. So what I actually am doing, I'm blocking out on my calendar appointments myself. So if someone tries to book that time, I'm like, oh, I'm already booked. I'm scheduled, and in that way I can do the things that are so nourishing, be in nature, exercise, meditate, prayer, all those things. So Sarah, I'm excited what will happen as you do that consistently and love yourself in that way, how much more it will benefit your child, your partner, your community.
And that's where I write my songs too.
Yeah.
So I need to make the space.
Beautiful. How about Jane Hubbard? I don't know if you can unmute yourself. What's one way in which you could better love yourself, the divine that is you?
Well, I was writing down as we were, talking about this. To me, it's growing to the point where I'm embracing the holy and the sacred within me, and cherishing that and remembering that every day. And because of that, I've been doing this throughout the pandemic, just exercising and eating much better, my mung soup every day, and meditating and creating things. And I find such joy in that, even in the mundane of organizing things. I find that I love myself more when I do those things.
So beautiful, Jane. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Oh, beautiful. All right, Claudia, I don't know if you're able to share with us. It looks like you're on a train or a moving vehicle. Can you unmute yourself and just share with us one way in which you want to love yourself even more?
Yes, I'm in a bus, so that's why I didn't go into breakout rooms. I like to be in nature, so today I went to the sea, to the lake, in the afternoon.
Beautiful.
But this means when it gets dark, now it's getting dark, so that's why I'm now in the public transport. But I like to go every day into nature and to be with myself in nature, to connect to myself in nature rather than at home, because at home I have so much to do that I will not be able to really connect with myself. I'm just thinking what I should do next, or I'm too busy. So the only real space where I can be myself is by being in nature.
Oh, I love that, Claudia. I want to do that more and more too. Thank you for sharing that. So beautiful.
Welcome.
All right, Cornelia. This was your intention at the beginning of the call. What have you?
Yeah, it was. And right now I'm just kind of realizing, because I so much enjoy my work, what I'm doing all the time, that I have, so when I'm wake up in the morning, I'm really excited about what the day has in store for me. But I realize now, after listening to everyone and what you just said, I guess I have to do the same. I have to make appointments with myself. I have to block out time every single day that I really keep as if I had an appointment, as if I were to go on a Zoom call. And just take that time for myself and do the meditations and do the writing and all of that nourish my soul, or listening to some music where I know that I'm connecting to my soul, because music is always a vessel for me to connect to my inner being. And yeah, carving out time for myself, I guess that's the word of the day for me. And my intention is to do that now. I really will sit down once we are finished with this call and take my calendar and write these times in for the next 4 weeks.
That makes me so happy. That feels really, really, really good. Really good. Anything that you feel like love taught you on today's call? Anything that stuck out to you, Cornelia?
There were so many things that kind of stuck out. It's I guess one of the things that really touched me deeply was this little video that you showed us about ourselves, how we see ourselves, and that the way we see ourselves is so different than other people see us. That really shows me how so many of us don't really acknowledge who we really are. And And what love told me today is to really look at myself from that point of view. Do I really see who I am? And it's so easy sometimes when people send you like a nice message and I adore you, I'm grateful for what you're doing. But am I really believing that deep inside? Is this really something that I would say about myself? And I have to say, I often wouldn't probably go there. And that is so powerful for me right now to see the difference of how other people see me and how I see myself. And I guess that's a lesson for all of us to learn and to take away today.
Yeah, that's so amazing. That video is actually, they showed it when I was in this meditation training. And, you know, a lot of what they taught is we had to sign a confidentiality agreement that we wouldn't share because it's, you know, it's a system in which they're preserving and in which you have to be taught in a specific way. But that was one of the videos they showed us to help connect more with the love inside of us. And that when you connect more with the love inside of you, actually it expands your capacity to be connected with everyone and everything. And I was like, so grateful for that experience, you know, because I feel like what we are doing, Cornelia and Essen and Jane and Claudia and everyone, we're doing something we never seen done before, especially in this community. We're not a business, we're not a religion, we're not a government, we're letting love guide us. And the most important thing we can do on that journey is love ourselves. You know, when Dr. Ram said, you know, that I mentioned yesterday on the call, when Dr. Ram was talking about how life is a game, you know, so to even if that's, forget if that is the truth, but just say, is this helpful to consider in this space that life is a game? How would that be medicine for me? How would that be medicine for me? And by allowing that space to be like, now, you know, yesterday was a game, life is a game of letting go. Now, life is a game of loving myself. I'm going to play this game. Sometimes I'll be good at it. Sometimes I may not, but I'm going to play this game. And I'm going to celebrate like that little 5-year-old. Yeah, I did it. I love myself, you know, because we're all in this space of this ancient secrets community. We're walking forward and doing things that we haven't seen done before. You know, we're allowing ourselves to let that connection with love inside of us help us to be connected with everything else. Belle, I see you have your hand up, and I wanted to see if you have something you want to share. And then I have one final thing to share with us today.
I was just in a breakout group, and Vinay was in our group, and he was just about to share when the breakout ended, page 211 in Ancient Secrets from Baba Ramdas. And I thought that would be actually great for him to share to the whole group, since he didn't have a chance to share it with us. He was just about to, and he just needs to hold his mic a little closer so that it's clear. But thank you, Vinay, who worked with Dr. Naram for 25 years as his personal assistant. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Belle.
Yeah, I was just sharing about, it was written on the page 211, where it was written that the clearer are the goals, the more certain are the chances.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So after hearing from everyone, I always say, okay, if we focus on what we are keeping in our center point, if we keep the things, definitely our goals and our steps will be more clearer. I'll just take one point, and I'll hand over to Dr. Kling, because yeah, I have gone through in this process when suddenly Dr. Naram left his body, and it was a nightmare for me to spend that night in the hospital with everyone, and to take care of the Krishna, Dr. Smita Naramji, and all the relatives who are coming. After that, Dr. Merinji left the body. So one by one, those who are so close to me, they left. And after that, my spiritual mother, Dr. Clean, knows her, Premben. And then finally, my spiritual master, His Holiness Hariprasad Swamiji, left his body on 26th July, 2021. And it was something like that, where I will go now, where I'll be. and how I can take care of it, because all the big support, one by one they left. But I'm really grateful and thankful to my spiritual master, Dr. Naram, Dr. Smita Naramji Krishna, and of course Dr. Clint, because he is the first person who helped me to come out of my shell when I was so close, and especially after Dr. Naram left. And I was not able to communicate with the people because I was not able to still understand what had actually has happened. And after 2 years also, now on the 19th, we have the memorial call of Dr. Naram, and I would like to invite everyone to join that call. I'll definitely share the link with Ms. Cornelia and Dr. Clint, and it will be a great thing. And whenever I still remember that night, I don't know, I'm not able to sleep in the night because the 19th will come.
Real quick, Cornelia or Carol, can you make sure we share a couple links? One is for the 19th call. The second is for Sarah, her music, and Eva Robbins, if there's a link where people can learn more, and I know you're having some celebration or experience coming up, if you can put that also in the chat. And then Renara, any way that we can get connected more to your music. I want to make sure we complete that. But yes, on the 19th, which is an anniversary of Dr. Naram's transition, his graduation from his body. I'm going to call it that. He graduated from his body, and now he's helping us beyond the body. We're going to celebrate and have a very special call. And Vinay, can you tell a little bit more about that?
Yeah, every year, especially on the 19th of February and on the 4th May, we always have the call to remember Dr. Naram and to share his ancient secrets. So this time we will have all the Ayush Shakti doctors from around the world, and a few guests, including Dr. Clint, will be there. And yeah, we'll just remember the things about Dr. Naram, what he has contributed in each and everyone's life. If I say something that today, if I'm here, it's only because of the Master, His Holiness Swamiji and Dr. Naram. So yeah, it was a great thing, and I really would like to invite my family of this community to come and to attend this call, and we all participate together and remember Dr. Naram.
Yeah, one little clip that we played yesterday. I just want to play it again today.
To avoid the answer, I wanted to see the big picture. Again, please understand. Otherwise, you will get. I don't want people to be depending on me. I will be very honest with you. I'm very successful. I don't need anything. I don't need more clients. I don't need any student. I'm here to share with you such secrets which can not only change your life, through you, millions of people can be changed.
Yeah, so beautiful. He said so clearly, I don't want you to be dependent on me. I want to share with you such secrets that will not only change your life, but that through you will change millions. One of the most powerful ones is about loving yourself. So Vinay, I'm going to turn it back on you in a little bit. I want to just hear from you. What's one way that you can better love yourself? One way you can better take care of the divine that is you, so that way we can have you for as long as possible.
I can say that these are as you showed with the beautiful clip of Dr. Naram, it's not to depend on anything, but yes, his ancient secrets, his wisdom and insights are there always with me, and it helped me to love myself. And that's why I'm here today. Yeah. So these are the things, and this will be, I should say that as Baba Ramdas used to say that a soul just changed the shirt, but still, body changed the soul shirt, but the soul is there. And I strongly believe my spiritual master, my spiritual mother, Dr. Naram, are always with me. And through his insights and everything, it helped me to go for the many years to go.
Vinay, and, what is one thing? Because as your brother, I'm going to push you a little bit, because I still don't have a clear idea of one thing you can do even more to love yourself. What's one thing that he taught, or one of the ancient secrets that you can apply where you're taking even better care of yourself? Because I love you, Vinay, And I still haven't heard the one thing you can do even more.
I should say that I keep the ancient secrets on, and to bring every home, every heart. And the second thing is what Dr. taught me, and it's I should say the precious gem of my life. Never give up in this life.
Never give
up. Yeah. So whatever the obstacle comes, it's a life, the obstacles will come, and it has to be, then only we can able to progress. But when we'll progress, it should be with the support of the ancient secrets and the wisdom and insights of the Dr. Ram. So yeah.
One thing that I told Dr. Rama is like, Dr. Ram, you have to turn your phone off before you go to bed. You have to make sure that the phone is not on when you're sleeping, because he was accessible all of the time. And Vinay, if I'm speaking to you from my heart to your heart, of course you pick your own thing, but you're accessible all of the time. And I'm so worried about your quality of sleep. Dr. Ram said the quality of your life is dependent on the quality of your sleep. And so as one of many buffet of options to choose, like if I'm your brother, I'm going to say, oh, here's at least one thing that we can look at. You and me together, we can get better quality sleep. We can turn our phones off and leave them in another room or do something in this space, because I don't think it's healthy for us to be accessible all the time. I just don't think it's good for us to do that. And you can tell me what you feel and what you think, but as I'm dropping into my heart in this moment, and as I'm knowing you and as I'm knowing myself, I think people probably want us to be on the planet for as long as possible. And I don't think we'll be here as long as possible if we have the phone on as we're sleeping, you know, or in our room. So how about you and me? We come up with a plan for sleep. Does that feel good to you?
Yeah, I'll try my best. I will not promise you, because this is what I have.
Okay. Well, let's work on this together, okay? Because I love you and I'm with you, Vinay.
I know that, sir, and me too. But at the same time, I promised to Dr. Naram that because I was having the same concern as you have for me, that I had a concern for Dr. Naram's sleep, because he used to stay up to the 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. So I promised to him that, okay, sir, you have a better rest and I'll take care of the calls, whoever the patient calls. So that way, I just want to continue the lineage and the ancient secrets. I'll do my best.
Well, what I want to do with you, Vinay, with my heart, is I want to model all of the ways in which Dr. Ram taught us things that are healthy. And then maybe we can let go of anything that we saw him model that wasn't as healthy, you know? And in this way, I want to create a possibility where the calls get answered and we get sleep. What about that? What if we create an even better way where everyone gets taken care of and we take care of ourselves?
Definitely.
Does that feel good to you? Okay. And I love your devotion, Vinay. I see myself in you so much. And anyone else see yourself in what Vinay is sharing? Things need to get taken care of. And sometimes we push ourselves, and it's so hard to say, okay, here's the boundary in which I also take care of myself. Even someone told me the other day, I was like, but I got to give 100%. And she's like, you can't give 100% if you're not at 100%. And she's like, you're not operating at 100%. How are you supposed to give 100%? And I just love you, Vinay. And so this is just from my heart. I'm sorry if I put you on the spot in any kind of way makes you uncomfortable, but out of love, even for everyone on this call, you see how difficult it is for any of us to say, okay, I'm going to do this one thing for myself. And in helping myself, it actually blesses everybody, and it honors our teachers and it honors our masters. One thing I loved about Dr. Ram, he let me and Vinay in so close. We saw all his strengths and also all of the times in which he wasn't successful. You know, we saw all the beauty and we saw all the challenges and difficulties. And so I think one of the best ways that we can honor our great teacher is to hold on to all the things we learned in both sides and love him completely, and then love ourselves by being wiser in certain areas and choosing to do something differently and following the principles, which he even said one thing, which is the quality of your life depends on the quality of your sleep. So how can we do this better? Okay. I love you, Vinay.
Me too, sir. Me too.
All right, I see Renara. Oh, yeah, that's good. Let's send Vinay so much love right now. Vinay, I love you, and I'm with you, and I love me, and I'm with me. I love you, and I'm with you. Thank you so much. Munera, you have something you want to share. I want to make sure you have a chance, and then I have one final thing to share with everyone.
Okay. Well, I wanted to share well, two things. So I'll try to be fast. First of all, Elio, is his name Elio? Did I say his name? Yeah, Elio did not have a chance to share, and I really wanted to listen to what he said. So I don't, if he can type down his or tell us right now.
Why don't you just tell us now?
Yes, please. Thank you.
What was the other thing you need?
What?
Well, I just wanted to say about the phone, Dr. Naram, one of the first things he told me was to stop watching the news because it was depressing me, and to turn my phone off when I go to sleep and not check it when I, like first thing when I wake up in the morning. And that has really, really helped me. So I hope everybody will be able to do so. I would just turn off my phone and go to sleep. And then I'd have an alarm. I'd wake up. After I do my yoga, I check my phone. So that really, really, really helps. I hope everyone gets to try that.
Very powerful. Thank you, Munera.
And please go ahead, Elio. I want to listen to what you have to say.
What's one way in which you're going to better love yourself?
I have 3 different things, and it's going to be quick because I have them written down. And it's 2 of the 3, is due to Dr. Stephen advice. I learned how to stand still properly for 5 minutes. You hear all over the place, stand still. But the fact is, how to do it is a different animal, than just sit there, and don't know what to do. Okay? And that's one thing. The other thing is, I learned how to do that meditation, the spinal energy meditation, that I would highly suggest, that everybody gets a drift of it, because that is true loving. You're working with the energy throughout your whole body, and that's what got me the miracle to stop the arrhythmia. So it works, is not made for anything in specific. You focus to whatever your situation is, mental, physical, or otherwise. And the third thing is, slow down and take more room for myself, more time for myself. Because I managed to keep myself so busy, that I do not know where I'm coming or going. So I'm done. It's the shortest speech ever.
Beautiful. Thank you, Elio, so much. And thank you, Munera, so much. I put the link. People were asking about the meditation. I put that link. One other thing I think we can all do is, for whoever was on the call yesterday, to do that mantra about letting go. That's another way of meditating, which is very healthy in this space. Well, I just want to complete with this video that also they played during. So in this meditation, a lot of it was proprietary or secret in a way. And so we had to sign a disclaimer saying we wouldn't share it. But as they helped us be more playful, and as they helped us attach more to that space of love within ourselves, we realized how connected we were with everything. And the synchronicities could happen. Like even one synchronicity happened. I'm bringing some people to Nepal in about 2-3 weeks. And some people were concerned about, what if I don't have a vaccine, and all the kind of restrictions that were there. And the synchronicity happened where a friend of mine got connected with the government leader in Nepal, where we could be on a special exemption list to get into Nepal, just as we were obviously having a COVID test. But I was like, man, when you're following love and when you're attached in this way, so much is possible. So just to recognize the miracle that is you, I wanted to share this final video that they also shared with us. As we drop into this space, I'll just have you listen, and then immediately after this ends, I'll just end the call. But actually, before that, I just want everyone, you can put your hands together. Let's see if I can actually invite everyone to unmute. You can put your hands together, put your hand on your heart. I love you.
I love you.
Love you.
Love you. And I'm with you. Elio, love you. Munera, love you. Love you, Christina. Love you, Robbie. Love you, Cornelia. Love you, Val. Love you, Larry. Carol. Love you. Andrea, love you. Linda, love you. Jen, love you. Lisa, love you. Renara, love you. Estefan.
Love you, and I'm with you.
Love you, George. Love you, Cecil. Yeah. Giovanni.
That's so musical. Actually, that's music to my ears, music to my heart. We'll play this video for all who can enjoy it. And then afterwards, we'll look forward to seeing you if you can join on this upcoming Sunday call. One of the ways that I realize we can love ourselves is healing our relationship with money. And so over the next 3 weeks, we'll be doing a series of ancient secrets for healing your relationship with money. That's one of the ways in which I thought of, but that's just a placeholder. For right now, I want you to focus on the miracle that is you. Valentine's Day is here. So many people focusing on external love. I just want you to, in this space, open up your heart even more to loving the miracle that is you.
When you were first conceived, you were a double strand of DNA in a fertilized ovum. Dividing 50 times, you had over 100 trillion cells, more than all the stars in the Milky Way. Then you were born into existence. Each of your cells do over 6 trillion things per second. Just think how a human body knows how to kill germs, digest, make babies, and talk all at the same time. The miracle is you. The miracle is you. Your heart beats 101,000 times per day. During your life, it will beat 300 million times. Each day, you take 23,000 breaths. Your blood travels 60,000 miles per day on its journey through your body. 25 million cells are being produced in your body every second. You blink at least 15,000 times today. The miracle is you. Your brain has about 100 billion nerve cells. If all your DNA was stretched out, it would reach the moon 6,000 times. You shed 600,000 particles of skin each hour. Your bones are 4 times stronger than concrete. Your eyes can distinguish up to 1 million color surfaces and take in more information than the largest telescope in the world. Your lungs inhale over 2 million liters of air daily. The miracle is you. When you touch anything, a message is sent to your brain at 124 miles per hour. Your skin consists of up to 280,000 heat receptors. The length of your blood vessels would circle the globe 2.5 times. You have the ability to distinguish up to 10,000 different smells, and your tongue has over 10,000 taste buds. The miracle is you. The miracle is you. The miracle is you. So listen to the music. Listen to the music. Deep inside. Listen to the music. Just listen to the music deep inside. There are universes dancing inside your body. There are sunsets shining in your heart. There are symphonies playing in your toes. Rivers of blood effortlessly flows. There is a full moon beaming in your belly button. There is a cold breeze blowing in your lungs. There is a gentle rain that falls from your eyes. There is an army of love in every step. There is love making in your every motion. A body of devotion. The miracle is you. The miracle is you. So realize, visualize, it's all inside a galaxy of amazement. Should you ever forget, just close your eyes and listen to the music. Just listen to the music deep inside. Listen to the music. Listen to the music deep inside. The miracle is you. The miracle is
We have been blessed with so much music, magic, abundance of love today. In the words of Dr. Ram, what if life is a game? It's a game of letting go of anything that hasn't served us. Life is a game of learning to love ourselves more, of seeing the miracle that is you, and of listening to that music deep inside of you. I hope this is the most amazing Valentine's Day week you've ever had, as you love yourself as the starting point for all the miracles and magic that will come, and together what is possible as we do this together. I love you. I'm with you. Thank you for the ways in which you're loving and serving each other. Looking forward this week to all the magic and miracles and hearing your experiences. I love you and I'm with you. Namaskar. And I think, Cornelia, actually in this particular time, you're again the host. And so you have to end all the recordings.